Hey Empowered Nurses, it's Lori Brown with yournurseattorney.com. Today I'd like to talk to you about the compact license. Right now there are 34 states that have a compact license. And the compact license, or e-license, is through the National Council State Board of Nursing. Now they don't regulate it. Obviously each state regulates their own licenses. But you're eligible to get a compact license if you live in one of these 34 states. And what the benefit is that you can work in any of those 34 states. So even though with COVID, they were having special license requirements and you can come work in that state even if you didn't have a license in that state, the compact relieves that unless you're going to one of those states that doesn't have the compact. So there's a couple of requirements for the compact license. The first is, if you want to have a compact license, you must live in the state where you have the compact license. So for example, if you want an Indiana compact license and you live in Kentucky, you have to get a Kentucky compact license, but you can still work in Indiana. Now, here's the interesting thing. It used to be that if you have licenses, whether they're expired or not, from multiple states, I call it the domino effect. You would get discipline on all of those licenses, or potential discipline on all of those licenses if you have discipline in the state where you work. But with the compact license, you will have discipline where you work and also in your home state. So if you live in Indiana and are working in Missouri, you might have discipline in Missouri, but it would still come back to Indiana. And if you do have discipline in your home state, you will not be able to have an E-license. And it doesn't mean you can move to, if you have discipline, say in Indiana, and want to get an E-license, and you want to move to Texas and get an E-license there. Again, if you have discipline in your past, it's probably not likely that you'll get an E-license because the state where you want to work, where you're working and living, they want to watch you. So it's kind of complicated a little bit, but not really. Just remember, you have to have an E-license in the state where you live. So if you move, like over the border or whatever, you're going to have to get a new E-license in the new state where you live. But it doesn't mean you can't work in any of those compact states. So in fact, they're talking about that for medicine now, especially, with COVID and doctors working all over and going to various places. They're talking about having some E-license in medicine as well. So we're becoming a global economy, a global country where even though the state that you're in regulates your nursing license where you live, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't work elsewhere. Or, for example, if you're on a border of 3 states, you can work in all 3 states and just have the one E-license. But again, it has to be where you live. So if you move over the border, you'll just have to get the new E-license. So that's the scoop on the compact licenses. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear in the comments below. And until next time, happy nursing.